hey, yo, what you gotta go? Hey, yo, what you gotta go? I'm doing a test of my mic. Oh yeah, doing a test of my mic. Welcome to Will Podcast for Laughs. On our first episode, Ground Zero, we talk about what scares us the most, how we met our significant others, and we deliver a special message to Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. It's all today on Will Podcast for Laughs. Hello!
Our own theme song.
Greetings.
Yeah, that was our theme song right there. All right, well then, guys, hello and welcome to Ground Zero
Yes.
of Will Podcast for Laughs.
For laughs.
For laughs.
Yes.
Humor.
We should introduce ourselves.
Okay.
Go. Who
Cool.
are you?
My name is Taylor. I am a student at the College of Southern Nevada in journalism and video production, and I enjoy long walks on the beach.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Quit lying.
I love the smell of rain.
Have you even been to a beach in your whole
I
lifetime?
have. I've been to 4.
Did you
I've
long
been to
walk?
4.
The
He's
fact
got
that
the
you
number
can
on
count
hand.
The beaches does not mean you love long walks on the beach. Oh my gosh. Okay, go.
All right. I'm Ian. I'm a student at the College of Southern Nevada, and I'm a journalism major for news production. And yeah,
No walks on the beach.
no walks on the beach.
Hikes
cheap-
through the forest.
Pretty. No.
No, not that either.
No. I'm just laying in my bed.
Okay.
Cool.
That's cool. I can relate. I am Vanessa, known as V, for everyone who's lazy and doesn't want to call me Vanessa. I go to College of Southern Nevada as well. I'm studying communications and journalism. And that's what brought us all here today, to this moment, right now. The
That's why
College
we here.
of Southern Nevada.
Shout
No
out.
sponsorship.
Yeah.
No sponsorship.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Not a hashtag, not a sponsor. We do sponsor Andy K though.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you just mentioned, so we are all students of CSN Stream and Radio.
Yes.
You still say it like that.
I didn't-
You still say it like
she
you're
was
on
the
the air.
CSN streaming radio.
Streaming radio. That's how I said it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
That's how we all met. Although
Yeah.
we've all had different courses together.
Yeah.
So Ian and I, we had journalism 2 or
102.
102.
It was 102 together, yeah.
Yeah.
Which means
It was
nothing
just
to
with-
everybody else.
with-
Very boring. Very
With,
boring
with
class.
Jennifer Mitchell, great
Great teacher.
professor.
Yep, I just finished a class with her.
And then we, Taylor and I, had journalism 202
ooh,
with
Upgraded.
Dr. Gentry.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
Gentry.
You gotta say it like that. Dr. Gentry.
Dr. Gentry.
Who stole my thumb drive, by the way.
Oh, you never got it
No.
back.
I did not get it back. So I will
God.
have to email her, Dr. Gentry. So,
Cool.
yes. Okay. So people get to know us a little bit. What is your biggest fear? Go, Taylor. What's your biggest fear?
Okay, I'm gonna say this, but if anybody ever actually listens to this and you see me in public, please do not try and scare me with this. So
Valid.
my biggest fear is needles.
Needles.
Devin's biggest fear is needles. Oh my gosh, you're
We have so much in common. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Devin is my boyfriend, and Devin is so afraid of needles that when we saw the movie Saw,
No.
No.
couldn't do it.
No.
The pit of needles, he got up and left the theater because he was like, ugh. He also passes every time he gives blood as well.
Yeah.
He's
no,
deathly
wait.
afraid.
Well, okay, I'm not.
How could someone attack you with needles? Like, I thought you were gonna be like clowns or something.
No. Like somebody could easily like come up behind me and be like, "Here's some needles."
No.
I'm gonna inject you.
Or dressed up as a needle.
Yeah, there
That
you
could
go.
happen.
There you are. There's the
Giant
phobia.
needle.
There's the nightmare of the night. Like fee fi fo fum. I am the
giant
giant
needle.
needle fum.
Fear of needles. Wow.
Oh,
Ian,
God.
what's your biggest fear?
Hard to say.
Getting out of bed.
Yeah.
Social
you-
interaction.
Are you one of those like public speaking type
No.
fears?
I have no real problem with that personally.
What about like fear of flying? Heights?
No.
Bugs.
Heights kind of mess with me. Stationary heights. Not like on a roller coaster. I'm
Okay.
cool with that. Airplanes, I can deal with that. But like if I'm suspended in the air, like on a cliff or something, that scares the crap out of me. I
When would
hate that
one
stuff.
be suspended in the air off of a cliff?
I don't know.
Just
If
out
you're
of
like standing
casual-
on the edge of a cliff, that scares me more. Standing on balconies scares me more than being in
That
an
is
airplane.
scary. Balconies are scary.
I will.
I don't like balconies.
I will add to that in that so yesterday, my wife and I, my beautiful Fungja, we
Oh.
went to her friend's house. and their stairs is so steep.
Like inside their house?
Yes,
Okay.
like, it scares me.
Do they have a railing? Or is it like
On one side only, and it only goes like halfway down the stairs.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Do
so-
they have children?
Well, I mean, her friend is now a grown adult, but they would have had children. I mean, the
Yeah.
So like, it's their parents' place.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
it's still,
So they grew up there.
Yeah.
So there was a child present at one point.
yes,
Okay.
but just how steep I'm just scared by just looking down. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
You get vertigo just staring down the stairs, and especially because I was wearing socks, so I was worried I was just gonna, whoop, and that's
Socks,
it.
why?
Slip,
Was
go
it
right down the stairs.
wood stairs?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I was
Well,
picturing
that's even
carpet
worse.
scares.
That's carpet scares I could almost handle.
Yeah, no, yeah. But steep wood stairs. Mm-mm.
Socks on carpet, you should be fine. But okay, so my biggest fear is very simple. It is bugs and like every.
Ooh, I don't like bugs either.
But like really though, and like little tiny creatures. And here's why. It's not about them. Like I get it. You're big, they're small, but they have these tiny little legs. And then when they like crawl on you, it just feels weird.
It's things
and they
that
just
scuttle.
can't.
They make that
Like-
little yeah,
Like
no.
butterflies, no.
No.
Moths, no. Ants,
Ooh,
no.
one of my
Can't.
that's right there. Probably my biggest fear. I had a traumatic experience as a child with a moth.
A moth, like Uno moth?
Yeah, one
moth.
I don't know.
Was it a
It's-
regular size moth?
It was a it was a bigger moth, but it wasn't like huge.
What did it do to you?
Nothing.
Did it eat all your clothes?
Nope, it just scared the hell out of me.
Aww.
All right, time for a story. The perfect part of this podcast right here. 6.5
We need a
minutes
noise
in.
for stories, like
Do-do-do-do-do.
like those sounds when you're
We need to
reading
get a
a follow
soundboard.
along book
Reading
and they're like turn the
rainbows.
page. Doo-doo-doo. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Story.
So I used to live in a farm town called Fallon, about an hour outside of Reno, and we had a student, a fellow student of mine. He was in the ROTC program with me, and he one night had an itch in his ear and it wouldn't go away. And it was like fluttering, and he was just trying to get it out. He couldn't get it
I
out.
don't like where this is going, Taylor.
I don't either.
I
So,
don't.
so he goes to
This
the
is upsetting.
ER, and they look, and he
No.
had a moth in his ear.
No, that's so how
That's
in like
not
all
okay.
the
So like
this.
so yeah, so like he had like I guess somehow some way it got in his ear, and so he was having an earache, and like I said, it was
Oh.
like fluttering, like you
My
could
ears
feel
hurt.
fluttering, and they had to get in there like tweezer almost out, like this moth.
I went to go get my ears cleaned out by a doctor one time, and she told me that the last person who was in there had a bee stuck in their ear, and the dude was like flailing and like screaming, and he was like panicking. He couldn't like control his motor functions. You know, he was like flipping out.
I look at you're laughing. He's like, that's so funny.
It's not funny.
Oh
it's
my
terrifying.
Gosh, that's awful. No, thank you. I was like, okay, I've heard from multiple sources, I'm sure I'm not the only one, that like the spider thing, where like you eat so many spiders in your lifetime.
Bull
I don't want to know
Yeah.
if it's true. Like I don't have the gumption to like Google it and find out.
I don't think it's
myself,
true.
But it just no, I can't do bugs. So that is a real thing that people can walk up to me and scare me with, and it's true. I will freak out and I'll run the other way. My dad used to take like when he wanted me to like clean my room when I was little, he would take like a piece of tissue and he'd crumple it up and he'd be like, clean your room, and he'd like start chasing me with it, and I thought there was a bug in it every time. He still to this day will do that to me, and I'm like, it's not funny. It wasn't funny then, and it's not funny now. And he'll just chase me with a piece of tissue, and then he like opens it up and he starts laughing at me. He's like, oh, there's no bug in there. I'm like, that's not funny, Dad. Thanks.
Okay,
Go.
so
Yeah.
just to go on a little more of the creepy bug factor,
Mm.
Florida. If you hate bugs, do not go to Florida.
I've heard that.
So they have flying cockroaches
Get out of here.
in at least Central Florida. And so now, the reason I was just laughing at because I was thinking about it, is now I feel like someone is going to dress up as a flying cockroach pair
No.
of wooden steep stairs
Wooden-
with a
no.
needle
Oh
at
my
the
God.
top.
Needle at the
like, okay, you know what? Actually, I will shake that,
That
person's
is
head. Like,
dedication.
that is elaborate.
That
That
is
is elaborate.
pretty-
That would.
That's pretty amazing. If someone can do that, pull that off. Not that we were challenging
Like
that.
I just imagine like the legs down, it's like steep staircase.
No.
Like this middle area here is just that like
You deserve to scare me
roach.
so bad that I ran into traffic.
For sure. No, that would be ridiculous. I forget when I see anyone like on the side of the road that's not like a normally dressed person. Like for example, like people on stilts. always creeps me out. Amazing that they can do it, but it always gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Why? Just curious. Because
I don't
everything
know.
else, like, I can understand. But
Because
I'm
it's just an
curious.
oddity. It's just an oddity that you don't expect to see. Like the other day, I was driving
It's
and
like,
I
oh,
was
he's gonna fall.
I was like literally just driving up Rampart, and then all of a sudden I look, and I'm pretty sure I was like, that can't be what I'm think it is, and it was. It was a man on a bicycle, but it was elevated like a really tall stilt bicycle, just trucking along on Rampart, no big deal.
That does not seem safe.
And I was like, ah! I was freaking out. And then it's like the best part was he had like his grocery hanging like off the handles. So I was like, what? I've never seen that in my life. And it really just was odd. It doesn't like creep you out seeing that stuff like out of place.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like, how did a stilt person get there? Like, what did you wander away from the circus, or like did you like, you know what, today I'm gonna put stilts on and walk to the grocery store? Like, how did that happen? So I get confused. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird.
Well, I mean, I will say I get creeped out sometimes, not by stuff like that. It was really weird the other day. So I mean, I got 2 part-time jobs, and I go to school full-time. I'm on all 3 major campuses of CSN: Henderson, Charleston, North Las Vegas. My other part-time job that I work, so I see a lot of bathrooms.
Gross.
And that's not the point. But the other day at the North Las Vegas campus, I'm in the restroom. I turn around to grab a towel. I was just like, wait a second, wasn't that there? Like, I'm sure what the problem was just my brain was wired thinking there was, excuse me, thinking there was something else. I think I was in a different bathroom. But just I turned around, I was just like, this is not how this was. So
What was it? What was different?
I remember. This is great first episode podcast material. Everybody's loving this. But so like the
beautiful.
wall, I remember it being like the can and in the wall, and then like the paper towels. And now when I went, the paper towels was still there, but the can was now over here in the wall. And I was just like, wait a second,
Wait,
it moved.
what?
And so that if anything, just every now and again that happens where my brain will just be like,
So there's
wait
a
a
bathroom
second.
bandit running around changing stuff in bathrooms.
Yeah, changes like ripping trash cans out of walls,
Ripping them.
making sure that it looks perfect. I mean, it doesn't look like they even ripped it out of the
They're
wall.
probably
and then
like
placing
filling
it
it
so-
in and spackling it all too.
Oh yeah, tiling
What?
it beautifully.
A criminal
What a criminal.
needs to be stopped
Yeah,
immediately.
the bathroom
not
trash
okay.
can wall bandit.
The bathroom wall. Very
them
specific
down.
to just college campuses as well.
No, that's
Okay.
a specific campus.
Since you brought up bathrooms, here's my question about bathrooms. Why in God's name do they have the employees must wash hands sign in every bathroom?
Sanitary.
Everyone must wash hands. Like, why is it just an employee thing? I don't understand that.
Actually, you know what's disturbing is the amount of people I do see
Not
exit the
wash their
bathroom
hands?
without washing their hands. It's
Yeah.
like, really? Like, you're not going to shake somebody's hand later on. You know you are. Why are you not washing that dirty hand of yours?
That must be a guy thing. I feel like women, if there's other women, even if they're not a hand washer, they're like, oh, well, there's another girl, so they wash their hands. And we always do the ABC thing, too, like, ABCD, future. We talk a lot in the bathroom. I've made some friends in the bathroom. You're just like, oh, I like your hair. And they're like, thanks, I got it done. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, my God, I've been over there. Da-da-da-da-da. And then all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, that's why it takes us so long in the bathroom. Joke's on you guys. It has nothing to do with the bathroom. We're just chatting.
So you just so okay. So how many friends have you made in the bathroom?
2.
Too bad. So
Well,
okay.
one was breaking up with her boyfriend. She was at
Aw.
the theater and she was crying in the bathroom because I guess I don't even really fully remember the whole story, but she was crying because he was there with his new girlfriend, which is a really
What
crappy
a
move.
jerk.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no,
not
that's
cool.
screwed up.
And she worked there, so it's not like she was there just like coincidentally. She had.
Oh,
her
he
there.
did that out of spite.
Thank
yeah.
You know he
you.
did that out of spite.
That's what I said, Taylor. So I was like, oh, I got you, girl. And she's like, and I look awful today, and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, okay, well, just relax. You're going to be fine. So I sat there with her for a minute, and then I used to go to beauty school. So I had a couple tricks up my sleeve. So I kind of helped, like, spruce up her hair a little bit. And I was like, now you get out there, and you look at me, and you do you, boo.
You
and
do
you don't
you,
let
boo.
him tell you. And she was like, okay. So we became friends.
Did she go out there like a strut like,
That's right. She strutted out of the bathroom. Yeah.
you see what you missing now? Do you see?
Yeah, that's right. Which I'm like, okay, if he came to the movies, like, he's already in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, but that is a crappy move. So that was one. And then the other girl that I met was in the bathroom of a bar, which, shocker. And she was just really drunk, and I just felt bad for her, so I wanted to help her get to, not space, because she was like on the downward spiral.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But I know that, like, I don't know, guys don't really do that. Have you guys ever made friends in a bathroom? Is that just me?
Not particularly.
No.
No.
Then again, generally, like, it's more of an in and out thing. It's in,
Yeah.
do your business, wash your hands, get out.
You guys are really quick in there.
Yeah, it's not. It's
I make
not
it
very,
a game in my head. Like when Devin and I go anywhere, and he's like, I have to go to the bathroom, and I do too. I'm like, okay, and I get inside. I'm like, I'm gonna beat him out, and I try really hard to like beat him out. I never beat him out. It does not matter what I do.
All I can imagine is just you, just in the toilet.
run.
You just get in the stall and then just.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is, Taylor. And then I run.
You get out. You're like, ha!
So they,
You beat me? Yeah, I was out for 5 minutes.
He's
Like,
standing
what?
out there already on his phone, just chilling. I'm like, that's unfair. It's
Not
fair.
cool.
No, not cool at all. Okay, so speaking of partners, we need to tell our stories of how we met our significant others.
Sounds good to me.
Okay,
Speaking of, by the way, we do have our significant others in the room with us tonight.
they're being so nice and quiet and so helpful
Well,
Helpful.
by not screaming at us.
so unfortunately, one of the significant others is not with us right now because
You
they
made it
are.
sound like he's dead. Unfortunately,
we are sorry to
not
tell you
here.
that one of the significant others has unfortunately passed on to work. They're living out their lives on the other side of town.
It's just so sad. He has to go to work every day, and I just feel like, sometimes I miss him, I just wish, like, if work
It's
would send
okay.
him back.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. We can stay strong. Stay
I
strong.
will. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
So
Okay,
go ahead.
who
You can
wants to go
talk about
first?
talk about your lovey-dovey.
Okay. I don't have enough time in the day. So Devin and we met in high school.
Oh.
I know, but it's not
Aw.
all, unfortunately. So we met in high school. We were locker buddies because his last name is Verissimo and my last name is Villanueva. So we were right next to each other. And he was just a really nice guy. Like, I would be like, hey, can I throw my books in your locker because I'm too lazy to bend down? And he'd be like, sure. So I'd throw them in his locker. And that's how we became friends. So we stayed friends all through high school, but we didn't date or anything. I super had a crush on him, but he didn't get it because he's a boy, obviously. So then we graduated and went our separate ways. And then I had moved out to, like, live with my best friend at the time. And she went to UNLV and she worked a full-time job and I worked 2 jobs. So even though we lived together, we never saw each other. So we're like, we should set a time where we, like, have a dinner or do something so we can actually catch up on our week, right? So we decided to go to dinners and movie every Friday, which then led me back to Devin because we went to Village Square where he was working at the time. We didn't know that. And I walk up to the window and he's sitting in the box and he's like, hey. And we all went to school together, like all 3 of us.
Yeah.
So he's like, what's up, guys? And we're like, oh, hey. And so then we get ready to go pay for a ticket. And he's like, no, this one's on me. And he slides us 2 tickets.
Whoa.
Which 18-year-old Vanessa was like, oh, he wants it. Like, right? Like, why else would he give me free tickets? Come to find out, fast forward, he gives everyone free tickets. Like, he'd give you guys free tickets.
Oh, okay.
He gives everybody, and if he recognizes you, he'll tell you that. So I thought I was, like, super cool, and he had a crush on me, but no. So he gave us the tickets, and then, like, when we got home that night, my friend Ricky, she was like, that was really nice of him. You should, like, message him on Facebook and tell him thank you. So I did, and then we just happened to be one of those people, like, when you run into people you knew, and you're like, we should hang out.
Yeah.
And then it never happens. Well, Devin and I are like the 2 people that it will happen.
Yeah.
Like if we run into people. So we just happened to cross paths that way. Where I was like, we should hang out. And he's like, yeah, we should. So then we just started hanging out and became friends. And then we became fast friends. And then we became partners in life.
Aw.
And so now we're together. And it's so sweet.
That's adorable.
Yeah, all
I like
because
that.
he gave
That's
me
nice.
a free ticket to a movie.
So I'm curious. You say you all 3 knew each other.
Yes.
Do you think it was a case of your friend knew he worked there and took you guys to that specific theater?
No, she didn't.
Because maybe she
She was
knew
trying to set it
that
up.
you liked her.
Everybody,
Or liked him, too.
Everybody knew I liked Devin, except Devin. So that's very possible. But no, she didn't know either. So that would be really sweet, though, if she did. But we just stumbled upon him. That's all.
It just happened to happen.
It just happened to happen. Yep, so here we are, 10 years in the future.
Yep.
So when's he going to pop the question?
I don't know, Devin. Where does Devin have a question? I told him if I turn 30 without a ring, I'm going to be upset. But here's his promise to me, and I'm now putting this on air so everyone's my witness.
Oh.
He has told me he's a Chargers fan. And if you're a football fan, you know the Chargers have never won the Super Bowl. They won in 1994, and then they lost. That's the last time they went. He told me, if the Chargers get a ring, Vanessa gets a ring. So,
Wow, that's pretty screwed up. Like,
well, it was more of like, he was like, I just wanted to see the Chargers win, and it became this big old thing, and then we were like joking about it. And I was like, so if the Chargers get a ring, can Vanessa get a ring? And he was like, sure. And then it became like a solidified promise because I kept bugging him about it. So the Chargers are actually doing really well, knock on all the wood, and they're going to the playoffs.
okay, I got this.
So,
Hey. Hey, guys. Hey, LA Chargers. They are LA, right?
they're in LA, yes,
Okay,
correct.
okay. Hey, LA Chargers.
Phil Rivers.
I-
Gotta give a shout out to Phil.
Hey, Phil, buddy. Listen here, bud. I need you to do me a favor, okay? My girl V here, she really wants a ring, okay? And the only way she's going to get that is if you and your boys, you guys put a ring on your fingers too.
That's right.
So if you could do us all a favor and beat the Dolphins and every other team in the NFL, that would be great.
You had to specifically list the Dolphins
Just the Dolphins.
As a Dolphins fan.
as a Dolphin.
That's why I'm throwing my team under the bus.
Okay.
Aw.
I need you to beat everybody so we can get our girl a ring. All right?
Yay.
And Devin, my man, you better have that ring already ready, okay? Because you know what? Now that I put that out there, the Chargers are going to win this year.
Yay.
So you best be having that ring ready.
Taylor's magic with his voice.
I know.
He's gonna make him win.
I got the solid gold voice right here. Solid gold.
Yum.
Yeah, my wife knows all about it. Anyway, all right. So,
Yeah, so to be continued. I'll keep you guys posted.
we're gonna put it. We're gonna go week to
Putting
week
it in-
now.
in-
Yeah,
All right,
weekly
we're
updates.
gonna keep.
Updates on the Chargers, guys. Things are looking good.
Let's see what the playoff run is like for the Chargers next
We'll have
week.
like a probability meter.
No, there you go. It's the ring run.
Yeah, the ring run.
The ring
I
run.
like that. No, yes, the ring run. That'd be awesome. Do a play-by-play of like Devin and I, the Cliff Notes version.
It's like, oh, okay, and it was it's 1st and 10, and Devin is at the movie theater, and he's getting ready. Here goes the pass, and oh, the Chargers won this week. It's another game down for V.
But one step closer to the ring.
To the
One
ring.
step, one closer.
One step closer. Wow. Okay, who's
Cool.
next?
Ian, have at it.
So I met my girlfriend Natalie over here. I met her about a little over 2.5 years ago now. 3. It's almost 3
I like how
years.
he looks at her for confirmation.
I'm just making sure.
That's a very guy. 3.
3.
Oh, yeah, are we sure? Oh, my
It
God.
hasn't been 3 yet. It's almost
Almost 3, okay.
Almost 3. And we just met online, and it was just a very casual thing at first. You know, we kind of liked each other and stuff like that, and we are like, hey, we should hang out, do. And when a couple weeks went by, and we hung out and started dating right there. Like I asked her out, and we have been together ever since for a couple years now, and we've had a very happy relationship. We've done a lot of different things. I've got to know her family really well. I live part time with her family and part time with my family, and we just have a really happy and kind of solid relationship.
Oh,
So-
so nice.
When are you going to get to the ring?
Yeah.
It's a good
Run
question.
to the ring.
All right.
Okay, I have some questions.
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna put you through the ringer as you do with my girlfriends. Okay.
right.
Number 1, what dating site were you on?
Meet Me.
Meet Me.
Never
Okay.
heard of it. Go figure.
Yeah,
I've heard
never
I've
heard
heard
of
of eHarmony, OkCupid.
It wasn't like a dedicated dating site. It was like a social site,
Oh,
but
cool.
it was like a dating site in disguise type
Gotcha.
thing. You
So-
know,
But it
Like
wasn't as soulless as Tinder.
Is it
not as
used
soulless
for,
as
like-
Tinder. No.
Yeah, no. Tinder is very soulless.
Not as soulless
I feel
as Tinder.
so bad for anybody
Is
on
it
that
more
map.
under the premise of like friendships?
It's supposed to be like people who are looking for friends or relationships.
Oh, that's
type
cool,
thing.
'cause there's no
Yeah,
pressure.
There's no pressure type thing. Yeah,
That's
that's kind
awesome.
of what it was like.
Okay, and then who asked out who?
Ooh.
I asked her out.
Very nice.
And you
where
said
did you
yes,
take
or did you
her?
say no? Okay, she said yes.
She said no, and then you stole her. And then where did you take her?
She's just like
Where did
mouths
you kidnap
help.
her? Where'd you go for your first date?
We went. What was the first date? It was at the Springs Preserve. Was that that wasn't our first like official date, was it? Or was it? Yeah, it was. Okay, yeah, we went to the Springs Preserve
That's
and
cute.
we went and had dinner at a little like vegan restaurant because she's a vegan and doesn't eat meat, and so I took her to a little vegan restaurant and all that was for
Now, did you know anything about veganism before,
At
or
that
did you
time?
like research this restaurant for her? 'Cause
Oh, I
that's
looked up the
so
restaurant. I
sweet.
didn't.
Oh,
I'd never been to
so
the
sweet.
restaurant or anything before.
That's
at
very
the time.
sweet.
At the time, I wasn't vegan or vegetarian, and I just I looked it up. 'Cause
But
I
you
knew
paid
she
attention
wasn't.
to
Yeah,
detail.
Yeah.
That's
I wanted
what
to.
women
I wanted to
like,
take her somewhere
detail.
that I knew that she could have a lot of different
Because
options.
you'd be
and stuff
surprised
like
how many
that.
guys are like, well, this is Chili's, just figure it
This
out.
is Chili's.
And you're like, okay, I will get the rabbit food to go. So that was very sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was your guys' first official
Yeah,
date.
and it was a nice date, and we
And then did you ask her to be your girlfriend?
yes.
Yes. As
Man,
it
I like
should
this.
be.
Just. Oh wait, hold on. How many dates was it between first date and asking
That's
officially to
too
be
detailed.
girlfriend?
Oh, it was like the first time we hung out. We
Oh,
started dating.
my
Before,
Wow, so
God.
it was,
before our first
so it's
official-
pretty known. So
Yeah.
you guys knew each other well enough through the meet me.
Yeah.
That it was like
Yeah.
okay.
Before
no,
our
look,
first official date, like we
You two good.
Yeah, we were together.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah.
By the way, I love your blue hair.
Thank you.
Yes, Natalie is rocking a very blue look. She's got blue hair.
She's
blue
always been blue.
eyebrows. Always been blue?
Yeah, for a long time.
I have a
don't-
story about
I've
turning
never
my
known
hair
her
blue.
without it blue.
It ends with me having to chop it all off because I did it wrong. So you rock your blue, girl. Because when I did blue hair, it didn't go that well.
Now listen up. Here's a story about a little guy
Exactly.
who lives in a blue world.
Blue strobe lights start coming flashing.
I just wanted to sing that song. and
I love that
couldn't.
song.
That's a great
It's
song.
terrible.
I don't want to get sued though.
Want to get
it's
sued
not.
though?
Don't sue. Nope. All right, you're up.
All right, cool.
I feel like you
Hey.
need theme music for your story, like the
Do,
romantic
do, do,
twinkle.
do, do, do,
Makes his own.
do, do, do. I met my wife many a season ago. It was a very warm spring of the spring of 2016. I remember it like it was just yesterday. No, but my beautiful wife, I don't even have to ask about a ring question. So my beautiful wife is the smartest person I know.
Oh,
And that's what attracted me to her in the first place.
Oh.
So,
after her brain.
yes. I was after the
brain.
I wanted the brain. But my wife, her name is Fungja. My beautiful Fungja.
Oh.
So like I had previously mentioned, I'm journalism and video production major at CSN.
Yes.
And so in video production, in my cinematography class, which I'm not good at, I'm sorry, John. John was our professor.
Okay.
Well, he's still the professor of the class, but sorry, I was never good at cinematography. And when he would ask questions, sometimes he would refer them to Fungja because she would know the answer.
Yes.
Like he would be like, "Hey, Fungja, what's the blah, 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 blah." I'm
That's
no.
awesome.
And to me, it was always like algebra, like trying to calculate like f-stops, focal lengths. Excuse me. All these different
It was like
things.
a foreign language she used.
Oh,
to get
totally
it.
foreign. Meanwhile, she's just
Yeah.
blasting them out here, and then she could tell shots. Like she could be watching something. It's like, oh, that looks like that was shot with a Canon 5D Mark IV. It's just like, how?
Yeah.
And so that attracted me to her initially. And then I just started paying attention to her more. And I was like, she's kind of cute.
Oh.
And then so that was the spring, but I never had the guts to ask her. I'm terrible when it comes to that.
Guts? Or
Having-
asking questions.
Having the guts
Both.
to ask questions.
Exactly. having the guts to ask a pretty girl out.
Oh.
But the summer comes along, so it's the very next semester. We got spring
So,
semester this summer.
Wait, pause story.
Uh-oh.
Were you even friends at all? Like, did you try to put yourself in a group?
No,
with her?
no,
Did
no,
you
no,
even
no,
like
no,
say
no,
like,
no.
oh, I really like your notebook, like
No, no, no,
nothing?
no.
No, I really
Not
like
even
your
a-
I was,
notebook.
I was
Not even a little flirting?
no, I was the creepy onlooker. Like,
And did you have any idea that he liked you or he even existed?
No. My
No?
first impression of him is He's kind of weird.
Oh,
He's
yes,
kinda
that's
weird.
all of our first impressions of Taylor.
In case
He's kinda
nobody
weird.
heard that in the background, her first impression of me was I was kind of weird. Which, you know what, is the first impression of me for most people.
So if any of you feel like Taylor is weird, you are spot on.
Yes, your weird
Spot
meter
on.
is pegging perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. Okay, so
dude.
go on with
Yeah.
your story. So flash forward.
Yeah, so then there's cinematography. There's a cinematography 2 class that's taught every 2 years over the summer, and it's a great class. You get to shoot a film, and you get to go to a week to LA. And
Ooh,
this
cool.
was the week that changed my life
Forever.
forever.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun. Yeah, see,
dun.
there you go, Ian. Getting it. Dun, dun, dun.
So
If you
we
will.
had after we had gone to one of the locations we were going on the trip. We decided as a class we were all going to go to this restaurant together, and it turned out to be a Thai restaurant, right? It was Thai, right? Yeah, Thai
Okay.
restaurant. And so we decided to walk there because the Thai restaurant was only a half mile away from our hotel. So it was like,
Too far.
we'll just go.
No
We'll
walking.
all walk. And she's recording video. She's trying to get like a steady cam shot with her cell phone, and she's just recording along. And she decided she wanted to talk to me.
Ooh.
Mhm. And one question led to another, and then to another, and then another. And for the first time, having a conversation with a girl did not seem forced.
Aw.
It just seemed like a conversation between two people.
She was nice to you.
I know.
And all your weirdness.
I know. It's so
Oh,
adorable.
So nice.
And then while we're at the Thai restaurant, we talked the whole time. We talked about the food. Oh, does this taste good? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was easy conversation.
Easy conversation. On the way back, we had to pass by our hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking the whole way back, and I mentioned about, I was like, I want to get some ice cream. She was like, okay. And so there was a 7-Eleven past the hotel. At any point,
Mm-hmm.
passing the hotel, she could have just been like, ha, okay, see you later, thanks, bye.
Right.
But no, she
No.
decided she wanted to come along.
Just 7-Elevens are where it's at.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
the most romantic places on earth are
7-Eleven.
7-Elevens.
Yes, I know. A
So,
girl should only be so lucky to be taken to a 7-Eleven in her lifetime.
oh, it's so lucky.
I'm still waiting. Devin.
I'm still Devin.
So we got ice cream, got snacks, whatever. Came back to the hotel, and I was just like, does she like me? Does she? I think she likes me. Maybe I should ask her or something. I don't know. You know what? I'll leave her my number. And so we got back to the hotel room. I thanked her for the night of conversation.
So it was just you two that went to the ice cream place.
Yes.
Was
yeah.
it you two at the dinner as well, or no?
Well,
Was it
we
group?
we talked together, but there was a whole class there.
Okay, so the 7-Eleven ice cream thing was
It was
just
just
you two.
us. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Mhm. You could consider it our first date.
Ooh, yum.
Actually, it was the prologue.
The prologue.
Okay.
And so we got up to the hotel room, and she's smiling, and I'm like, well, thanks. This was fun. It was nice to talk to you.
Did you want to kiss her and you were just standing
No,
there?
no. But what I ended up doing was I pulled my notebook, because I was taking notes the entire trip. I pulled my
Okay.
notebook out, and I write my phone number in it. I rip it out, and I give it to her. I'm like, text me sometime.
Ooh, text me. Why not call?
Antisocial behavior.
I don't call me.
Don't call me. It's
You're not a
gonna.
phone
You'll
call
freak
guy?
me out.
What do I do? And
Red,
so
green.
she was like, sure, okay. And then she goes in her room. I go back to my room. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch Rick and Morty now for the rest of the night. And I'm laying there in bed, and like this is now 10 minutes after, I get a text. You should come out and hang out with us on the balcony, because like there was one person rented this big room, this suite at the hotel, and so they had a balcony at their room. So everybody was there. Everybody was getting drunk. And the entire time, even though we were all there, it could have just been us. We're texting back and forth. I'm learning about her. She's learning about me. And it was great. It was beautiful. And
That's awesome.
it was an amazing night because, again, it did not feel forced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the rest of the trip, like I said, Rob, thanks, buddy. Because, unfortunately, he was not able to really get up the next morning, I had no ride around L.A. But...
You had to do what around LA?
no ride.
Oh, okay.
And so the person that she was riding with, Christina, she was like, hey, can I get a ride with you guys?
Nice one.
Meanwhile, I'm like, okay, I need to get closer to this girl. I need to find out what she likes. Like, it's like I need to know. I need like this is too good.
A man on a mission. I need to know her favorite color. And I need to know it now.
The rest of the trip was just us hanging out and just chatting and
So was this like day 1 of said trip, or was it mid-trip?
about mid-trip.
Okay.
And then the last day we go to the beach. And
With your long walk, one of the 4 times you've been there.
yes, that was one of my 4 times.
One of the 4 visits. We
One of my
found
4
one.
visits to
We're
the
going to find the
beach.
other 3.
We're gonna identify them all.
All of them.
And
Taylor's first trip to the beach.
here you go. Hold on. I'm gonna send you guys the photo. So we're at the beach and we're taking photos of everybody. Oh, here it is. Beautiful. I'm gonna send it to you guys in our little hangout.
Our secret hangout.
Yes.
It's our secret talking place.
Hang out. That's exactly what it is.
And
I like how you were like how it sounds like you were initially attracted to like the fact that you guys like talked through the night very easily, because I feel like that's the key, right? Like I have a lot of girlfriends, a lot of single girlfriends, married girlfriends, and when you find the person that you like if the conversation can just flow. I know that sounds silly, but that's kind of like the key to
Yeah.
everything.
Communication.
Yeah.
And so this photo I took of her on the beach,
oh.
and this was the like
It's very
this.
candid. She's
This
not
was
even-
me crushing hard over her.
My version.
Your version? Yeah, pretty much. No, you have one where I'm like up here, like holding all your
No,
guys'
this
equipment.
is when you took a photo of me. But I was
Gotcha. So
taking
gotcha.
this
So
photo.
yeah, because I see you're holding the
Okay.
camera in your
Oh,
photo.
okay, yeah.
Yep.
So there you go. So that equal to that.
Interesting.
And yeah,
You guys are meant to be. You're
Oh.
both photo takers. I have no photos of Devin and I from like the first 8 years. I was like, hey, we should probably like, take a photo.
She takes all the pictures.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good. You have to document those things. It's important.
I take a
We're
few.
just bad at it. Like I have to force it and be like, hey, we didn't take any photos.
I know it's
No
like
proof.
so like I said, this was the last night we were there, and then the next day it was on our way. Now traveling back to Vegas, and I'm just like, this girl's amazing. I need to ask her out. I need to ask her out. I need to ask her out. But again, I'm still the bashful idiot that I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I hid our first date question behind, hey, it's the end of the summer semester. Maybe we can all get together, us and a few friends, maybe we can all like go out and like have fun. And so we planned this great, like, oh, we'll go to Blueberry Hill and go-karting arcade. And then it just happened to be just us. I mean, just, yeah,
Wait,
just
so did
happened.
she's like, I have a question. Like,
There's no friends.
no, you tricked her.
No, I didn't, I mean,
Well, I mean, like, you never had the intention of making it a group thing.
no, I never
But
did.
you were just more comfortable saying it in that way.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Well, it's just kind of romantic.
Because I'm a bashful
like,
idiot.
He was just scared. Taylor was so scared. You were like a big needle, and he couldn't do it.
you couldn't.
He's like, oh, that's true. But you know what? That's like,
Yeah.
that's very true because the pressure's put on you as the man, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to initiate. You guys have to ask out, and so I think it is a lot harder for you guys. Whereas women, we don't have that pressure. And if we like a guy, very rarely is it like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Like you walk up to someone, you're like, hey, I like you, and they're like, sweet. Where are we gonna go? Like they don't. It's a little bit easier to convince a guy to go out with you than it is vice versa. But here you are.
Yeah. So that first official date, let me just tell you about it real quick. I'll wrap up the story rather quick then. Because I know it's
where
going
did you
long.
go?
So we went, again, to Blueberry Hill and learned that she doesn't like breakfast.
Blueberries or
Doesn't
hills?
like breakfast.
Breakfast?
She doesn't like blueberries or hills, yeah. No, she doesn't like breakfast. So I was like, well, all right, I screwed that up. And then afterwards, we went to an indoor go-kart track, and then we went out to an arcade. And at the end of the night, what a blast of a night it was. I was already crushing. Now I'm head over heels like, this is it!
Aww.
And so at the end of the night, we go out. She's smiling. I'm smiling, and it feels awkward. And this is what I know. It's like, oh, this is it. Because if anything, we both are going like this is why I feel like it's in her head. We're both going like, does he like me? Does she like me? Does he like
Right.
me? Should we hug?
It
I
has
don't
to
know.
be
Like, oh my god,
confirmed.
it's like if anything, the tension between us was just like, oh, this is
It was electric.
It's electric. Doodle-doodle-doodle.
So 3 weeks of not 3 weeks, no, that 2 dates later, I'm at her house. She's cooking me an amazing meal of mapo tofu.
Ooh.
And then I asked her to be my girlfriend.
Oh, so you did ask.
Yes.
Yes.
And then a month later, I asked her to marry me with a beautiful hand-cut piece of paper that didn't even fit the tip of her pinky.
Aww.
Because I didn't have a ring. But it was the next morning after spending like a full month with her. Because it was August.
So
there
you
was no
proposed
classes.
after knowing her for how long, technically? No.
5 weeks?
You only knew her for 5 weeks, or you're only dating for
Dating
5
for
weeks?
5 weeks.
You were dating for 5 weeks.
Yes, dating for 5
Okay.
weeks, and I asked her to be my wife because it was like I said, I knew it. Like
Now, did that
I had
like
dated
did that like
many
make either
people.
one of you nervous to like not full like the 5 weeks is pretty quickly,
Yeah.
right? But like I mean you're still here, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But were either one of you like this might be a little too soon? You were both like
No,
whatever.
I was ready.
You were ready too. You were like let's do it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, it works out like you're both on the same page.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
Or you could wait 10 years like me. Devin.
Devin.
Hey, Chargers, Devin, buddy, we guys, we need to work together here, okay? V needs her ring.
It's true.
And if you don't get it, we'll make an offer you can't refuse.
It's
Do it.
Yeah. So that's the long short version
It's very sweet.
of my
It's a
story of
very,
my
very
wife and I.
sweet story.
And
I'm glad we saved yours for last because it's like the
yeah,
most
it went long.
romantic. No, it's most romantic.
Yeah.
I feel like not that ours aren't, but yeah,
But
very nice.
Golf
that
clap.
face right there, that smile, those
Oh.
eyes.
All right, all
That's
right.
that's
Love
that's
is in the air.
that's the reason I work 2 jobs. That's the reason I'm doing
Get
what I'm
up in the
doing.
morning and
Yeah.
all of that. Oh, so nice.
That
I
way
feel like you
we
guys
can-
are the couple. Like he puts the flower petals out, and he does the candles, and he does like the chocolates and flowers and the
Well,
all that.
our first Valentine's together, I
This is his
did.
voice. Our first Valentine.
I did it like a sort of like scavenger hunt for her in the house.
That's fun.
Yeah, that
I've
is.
always wanted one of those.
Devin.
Not Devin. This is become a Devin bashing podcast. That's what it's gonna become. He's just not creative like that. He tries. He's like, I saw this little acorn. It reminded me of you. And I'm like, that's so sweet. Like I don't know how to receive that, but thanks. He tries. It's okay. My poor little Devin. I'm the romantic one in our dynamic, which is a little, I think, sometimes hard for him because he's the man. But I'm just really creative and thoughtful, and I'm really good at like putting things together. So I've done all kinds of stuff for him, and he's like,
Yeah.
I can't handle it. I'm like, you're welcome. You know. What about you guys? Who's the romantic one? Are you both equally?
It's kind of a it's like a
mutual
like
thing?
a communist situation we have going here. Everyone operates their
Communist
everyone serves their
situation.
function.
Oh my god!
Everyone serves their function.
Wow. So romantic.
We're
Yes.
very she sometimes it's her, sometimes it's me. It depends
That's
on
awesome.
it depends on the situation really.
See, everyone's different. Ta-da! That's how it works.
Devin.
Uniqueness.
Uniqueness. All right, so I think for our last point, we should talk about like this, how we all got here, what our plan is for our podcast, so our listeners can
Shout
be
out to
excited
Andy
about
K.
what's coming next.
All right.
Right now that they know that Taylor's a big, weird sappy, and
I'm a weird, sappy, afraid of needles, steep stairs,
There you go.
and flying cockroaches. What else did we talk about this episode?
flying cockroaches. I won't forgive you for that.
What was the middle
The
thing? we talked
Chargers.
about?
The Charger. We talked about what we were
There were
afraid
3
of.
questions. You were afraid of, and then we asked something, and then we got to the relationships. What was the middle thing? Why did we forget that? Wasn't that funny?
Was it not that funny?
I don't remember. I just thought it was what we were afraid of. We just kind of derailed from there.
Oh,
Yeah, we
well,
kind of derailed
yeah.
a bit.
We just kind of do that, you know.
That's
there,
fine though.
Yeah, that's how we could close out the episode. Is like what we
Derailing?
learned today.
What we learned today was, yeah, we learned a lot. I learned that cockroaches can fly. Thanks, Taylor.
You're welcome.
That's
and
something I
then you
needed
could
to
get
know.
moths surgically removed from your ear.
Oh,
Oh, God, yeah.
Those things.
Yeah,
No,
no
thank you.
thanks.
So this podcast. So background on me real quick. I have done a lot of things in my life, and I've been wanting to do radio for a very long time. And I've been wanting to do like podcasting, and I just have not had the gumption to do it. And then, Jesus put me in class with these 2 guys here. They weren't in radio class with me. They were the interns, which makes them smarter. So
We were the experts.
yes, they were the experts, and I'm the novice.
Do not try this at home.
So
Do not try this at home.
We are what you
So,
call experts.
Thus, this idea was birthed, and then we spent like, I don't know, 7 days trying to figure out a title.
We met like 4 times prior to this, I think, 4 or 5 times prior to this to
Oh!
work things out.
Yes, a couple times. And then, oh, you have the list of names?
Oh yeah.
The wannabe names?
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing to bring
on.
up.
Oh my
Hold on,
gosh.
hold on. So as she said, 1 week's worth of trying to figure it out. So
Mainly
here
it was the
is-
name that we were hung up on.
here-
I wanted to go with Let's Whine About It.
but it was
That
already taken. So here is the full list. All right, ready? Alda Vibes,
All the vibes.
Vegas Vibes,
Yes.
Daily Vibes, V. Ian and Taylor,
Very original.
Drunk College Students. Let's whine about it. This was a nice one I liked. Snickers,
Snickers.
because it was like.
Snickers.
This was our
Get
favorite.
sued by Snickers.
This is our favorite for a while. It was called Mike Knights, but somebody
Yeah.
took it.
yeah.
And to the people at Mike Knights podcast,
Well done.
great name
Well
choice,
done.
you
You won.
jerks.
You got us.
We have mornings of Ian and Taylor,
It would have been done on the first day if we had had.
Yeah, for real.
3 journalism students, 3 students and a mic, Mike a lot. This was another favorite of ours. Pod people,
Yes.
Taken.
Also
Taken.
vibrant mics,
Ooh.
deep in thought with V. Ian and Taylor. This was one I liked. Let's talk funny.
Yes.
We had the talkative bunch, Mic It Up Fuzzball.
Get a buzz on.
That was yours.
This is another one of my favorites. The Super Splentacular Podcast.
So much.
The Very Interesting Talk Show. Laugh Happy. Another one of my favorites, Mikey Mike and the Talkative Bunch. Then we had This Week Yesterday.
Which is still confusing to me. I don't get that one.
We had
one?
This week, yesterday.
Oh, this week yesterday.
What the heck?
we had an expansion on that Super Splentacular podcast today. We had Super Splentacular, Amazingly Awesome Podcast. We had The Second Banana, The Radio Interns, the greatest metal rock band to not exist yet, Brain Ventilator. Like, guys,
I came up with that one.
that one I feel like we
If
just
we
need
ever
to
start a
start
band,
a
we
metal
called
band
it.
just to be called Brain Ventilator.
Yeah.
Like, are you ready to rock? Ow! The Participation Award podcast.
Which is so funny.
3 people telling stories. Another one of my favorites, Shit Time Story. And then the 2 that ended up making it to the finals that we put it up to all of our friends and family. We had Drive Time Stories,
Yes.
which almost won. We were really happy with
Almost.
that one. Until the clear winner won, Will Podcast for Laughs.
Yep.
So yeah, so there you go. So that
majority
took a
vote.
week though.
Quite the journey.
That was
Twas.
interesting. Just throwing names out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It
there
was
you go.
hard. I feel like because like we all have like the same idea of what we wanted, but then we all have very different thought processes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But here we are.
Yep.
Doing it.
Doing it.
So
So what?
tell them what's coming up, Taylor.
Okay, here's stay tuned because here's what's coming up next. There, I'm doing. That's my best Andy K.
There you go. Up next.
By the way,
They
shout
gotta
out-
do traffic.
Shout out everybody. Okay, every time you guys hear Andy K. All right. By the way, I was saying shout out. I realized it sounded like I said shut up, so I apologize. I was saying shout out. All right. Pronounce.
Pronounce
So
words.
Andy K is the radio broadcasting instructor. He also runs CSN Streaming Radio. So that's how we know him. And he, for 20 years, hosted the morning block
He was our mentor.
at Comp Radio. And he now does traffic in the afternoons.
Just like that. Traffic. Which he loves.
Yeah.
Oh, he loves it so much.
And he's got the greatest voice because like he has
Yeah,
like
he does.
his regular voice where he's just talking like this, and he gets the radio voice. He's just like, "Oh, there it is."
Yeah, he
it's
does.
just like,
You're
Andy, we
pretty
love
close.
you.
You're pretty close. That's what he sounds like.
So
But
There's a car crash on.
so here is your week ahead.
Yeah, he does
All right.
that. He's got that voice.
So pretty much what we're gonna do is now starting at the new year, as we're gonna be producing 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 20 to 30-minute episodes. I understand
Yes.
right now we're about to hit 50 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
we-
okay.
But it's cool. It's cool. It's just us starting. We're just
sitting
getting
at
used to each
49.
other. We're getting
Yeah.
the grooves going. So we're expecting 20 to 30 minutes per episode, and you can basically expect what you heard today. We're going to talk about different things, ask different questions of each other, and just tell stories. That's why Dry Time Stories...
And possibly have guests on.
And possibly have guests. Hopefully. Definitely. We have some ideas.
We got some thoughts.
But that's why it was originally going to be called Dry Time Stories, was because the idea was while you were driving for 20 to 30 minutes, as you do in Las Vegas, especially at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, where it takes you a half hour to get anywhere in this dang valley. You can listen and just tune in and just enjoy the sweet,
Laugh with
dulcet
us.
tones of
Laugh
our
at
voices.
us. We don't care.
Yeah.
Laugh with us, laugh at us.
Both work.
Both.
And yeah, we're gonna have fun. We don't, if anything, definitely when you tune into us, don't expect anything from us.
Don't expect anything.
Set
Because-
the bar low.
Because if anything, this
Well, I
is
think-
just being started as something fun.
It's important to note
Yeah.
that I think a lot of podcasts are geared towards topical things, right?
True.
So they do like something specific. And for us, I think we all are on the same page where like we don't want to be glued to one topic.
We don't want to dig ourselves a hole and get stuck there.
But that doesn't mean that if there's something that comes up or happens or you guys like,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that you can't be like, hey, we really like that. Because for us, it's just all fun and games and goofiness. So we're open to, and what is it? Suggestions?
Yeah.
Interpretation?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we want to work with like the people,
A
like our viewers
podcast
and stuff. Yeah.
For the people.
Yeah.
By the people.
For the people. By the people.
So just so you guys know, if you did find our podcast, first off, thank you very much for tuning in and making it this
If you
long,
found
minute
it,
51.
congratulations on finding it. Like, I don't know anyone who would stumble upon this.
But you can find us. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram at capital W, capital P, capital F, capital L, official. All lowercase in the official. So it's all one word, WPFL official. And that's where you'll find us. And we'll be interacting with you. We'll be sending stuff out to your mind boxes in your head. And
Into your mind boxes.
Your mind box is
Your mind
like
box,
that.
yes.
Your mind box.
and it's going to be great. And we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be enjoyable, and hopefully, this is the start of not only a beautiful friendship, but hopefully the start of a beautiful future.
The start
Yes.
of something new. No, High School Musical? No. Okay.
No, sorry.
Just me.
Yeah,
That's
just
okay. Just me.
So, any closing thoughts then?
Oh.
I'm having fun.
Yeah. I think
I don't want it to end, but I feel bad for our significant others who are just sitting here like,
for our
will
bot,
you guys
that's-
shut up?
bot. No, I think we've said it all.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, until you guys hear us next, my name is Taylor,
V.
Ian.
and you've been listening to Will Podcast for Laughs. Stay amazing, everybody.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.